Have you been looking for the perfect mic for your YouTube channel or podcast? I may have just the mic for you. It balances budget with quality, and that's coming right up.
Low on vision, high on tech. CircleOfTheBlindMice.com.
Hey everybody, it's Tammy, your friendly neighborhood blind mouse who likes to babble about technology. Today's video goes out to my friend Dennis DeVoe, who asked a few months ago what kind of microphone I use for my videos. And if you're new to my channel, I am legally blind, and basically I love talking about technology, and if I can put a visually impaired spin on it, I will. So I do use a number of mics for my videos, and the one I use the most is my audio-technica ATR 2100. So today's video is actually an unboxing as well as a review. The first half of this video, bear with me, I recorded it way back in January, 3.5 months ago when I first started this channel. So bear with me because I was pretty green at doing this. The second half of the video was actually recorded 3.5 months later on May the 12th, 2016. And it is an audio demonstration of how the Audio-Technica mic sounds, so you can just get an idea of how it sounds compared to your camera's microphone, or in my case, my phone, my Samsung Galaxy Note 4's microphone. So without further ado, let's get to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Circle of the Blind Mice, where we are low on vision but high on tech. Back again with a short video unboxing of my newest toy, the Audio-Technica ATR 2100. Now, when I decided to start taking YouTube more seriously, of course the first thing I had to do was go out and get myself a decent microphone, especially being a channel for my fellow blind mice. A lot of us are audio nerds, so I thought might as well start as we mean to go on and get some decent audio. So when I was trying to decide on a microphone, I watched so many YouTube videos, microphone reviews. Now the Blue Snowball came up a lot. It's certainly a lot more affordable, but one downside, despite the great volume, or the great sound rather, was that it doesn't have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that you can use to monitor your real-time recording as you're actually recording. So I decided to look at sort of the next level up in the fairly decently priced microphones, and that was what kept coming up over and over again were the Audio-Technica 2100, which you see before you, and the Blue Yeti. Now the Yeti looked amazing, it sounds amazing, but it retails for around $300, and since I'm just starting out, I thought, well, I'm gonna go halfway, and so I decided, as you can see, I went with the Audio-Technica 2100, which retails for, in Canadian funds, it's around $100, maybe a little bit more. I was lucky enough to get it on sale, so I got it for less than $100, actually even less than, it was slightly under $90 actually, but with the GST and all that fun stuff, it actually did work out to be just a little bit over $100, so not bad. So this baby actually came 2 days ago on Friday, the 29th of January 2016, but I exhibited extreme restraint in not touching the box until today. The date of recording is January 31st, 2016, but lo and behold, I finally broke down and opened this baby up. So I will confess, I actually got a head start on the box because it was taped shut. I was trying to get it open, and then I realized there was tape on it. So tried not to kill the box. As you can see, it was kind of half successful, but it hasn't fared too badly. Now, just a heads up that the packaging inside is two-sided. So when you're opening this up for yourself, do it over a table, because otherwise stuff is going to fall out all over the place. So I'm actually going to start with the back of the packaging inside. Oh, actually, sorry, before I do that, let me just show you the front of it. As you can see, it's got the microphone. This is actually the microphone. It's a little window here. Then we've got a picture of the mic and the mic stand, little tabletop mic stand. And on the back, we have the specs as well as the contents of the box. All right, so back to actually taking it out of the box and trying not to dump it all over the place. Put that to the side. Alrighty, so first thing we have here is, and I feel like I have this upside down. There we go. All right, so this is, of course, the paperwork documentation. It's got tips on how to use it and whatnot. And from what I understand, they recommend using Audacity, which is free audio recording and manipulating and whatnot software available for both Mac and PC platforms. So I will certainly be playing around with that later on. But yeah, if you're a totally blind mouse, you're going to need a sighted person or somebody with a good magnifier to read this to you. I will be looking at this with my magnifying glass later on, but not today because I need to go to bed after this. It's like almost 4 o'clock in the morning as I am filming. As you can tell, I'm a night owl like many YouTubers. Alrighty, so getting back to the content. So what you see here is part of the XLR cable. Now this microphone is both USB and XLR compatible, but those who are lucky enough to have a mixing board can actually hook this up using an XLR cable, which actually is so big and long. It extends all the way over to the other side. So these two big silver things here in the middle, those are the male and female ends of your XLR cable. Then for the rest of us mere mortals who don't have a mixing board, you'll be using USB to hook this up to your computer. So that's what you see down here. So it's mini USB on this end to standard USB on this end. And I will come back to this in a second. And this here is your tabletop mic stand. It's made out of plastic. It's not all that sturdy. It does have these little rubber feet at the base of the stand, but I find if you don't quite have the stand extended out, it will tip over. So make sure you put the legs as far as they can go so that's not going to fall over. And then what we have here, sorry, I put this out of view here. This is the base or the mount for the microphone. And if you have a proper mic stand, you can actually hook this up to that. But if you're like me and you just don't have a real mic stand, you can just twist it on to, oh, whoops. You can throw it across the table. Let's try this again. Take two. You can twist it on to the mic stand here. And sorry if you hear some funny sounds in the background. That's one of my dogs taking a big gulp of water. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't break this already on day one. Oh, come on. Here. Oh, yeah, I did do something. Hold on, I need to tighten this. Oopsie. Okay, let's try this again. I hope I didn't break it. Oh no, there we go. Phew! Okay. Okay. Sigh of relief. I did not break it. Thank God. Okay. So, this is your mic stand, which I will come back to in just a moment. I'm just going to take this and move it out of the way. There we go. So yeah, you want to have these completely out. Like I said, it will fall over if you don't. And this can swivel back and forth. You don't want to lean it too far forward though, because I can tell you now this will fall over. And then last but not least, I'll just peek this in here. This of course is the microphone itself. Now I have heard some other YouTubers complain that this felt flimsy to them. I would have to disagree. Now mind you, I haven't owned a ton of microphones, so perhaps they're right compared to the Blue Yeti, which is huge. Then I can see how this might seem flimsy, but I owned another actual proper microphone years ago. It was like just a 3.5 millimeter one that hooked up into a standard audio in jack, and that one felt flimsy. That thing was plastic. The base feels fairly substantial to me. I mean, it's not hugely heavy, but it's not light as a feather either. But on the mic, you have got, up here is an LED light which shines blue when plugged into USB on your computer. It does not shine blue. It doesn't light up when you're hooked up to XLR. Then you have your on and off switch. And by the way, this part here, it's like, I don't know what this is, steel or what have you, but it's not padded or anything like that. You can actually buy a microphone shield, that windshield that goes over the mic. I bought just one of those ones that you put on a stand. Wish I would have known about the shield. Instead, I would have probably gone with that instead of the stand-up one, but it is what it is. Anyway, getting back to the microphone itself, on the back, the bottom rather, you have got the XLR port, you have got the USB port, your volume for your headphones while you're monitoring your audio during recording, and then you have got your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And I'll just give you a little tip, my fellow blind mice, because we need all the tips we can get, about the USB. Now, when I first took this USB out, I thought it might have been USB-C, because unlike most USB that a lot of us will be used to, it doesn't have those little two little raised bits. Instead, it's just, let me get the right end here. It's got this end, which at first feels flat, but there's actually a little square. Let me see if I can get it in the light so you can see it. Okay, this is the side that doesn't have the little hole that I'm talking about. There you go. There you can see that little blobby thing. That is the side you want to have facing down. So you want that to be facing down when you plug your microphone into it. So again, that's just going to go into this USB jack, which is really freaking hard to do while you're filming. So I have to actually not look at this while I'm doing it, because otherwise I screw it up. There you go. So if I, yeah, for any sighted person that stumbled on this video, yeah, blind people, sometimes we screw stuff up when we look at it. We actually have to look away to be able to do it. We do everything by touch. Even us partially sighted people like myself do a lot of stuff by touch. But anyway, there you go. So that just fits into there. And then to put it into the mic stand, simply slide it in. And there you go. But like I said, don't tip it too far over, because it will fall over. But I would say probably something like this. You want to have it so that you're talking directly into that one side, because it does, I forget all the terminology because I am new to this, but this basically, you want it picks up everything that's in front of the mic, which would be over here, and everything else that's on the sides, or behind the mic, which would be over on this side here. It kind of blocks it out, that's another reason why I went with this, because I have 3 little dogs who like to walk around especially when I'm recording a video, so or they like to bark. So I decided that I heard good things about this canceling out background noise, especially compared to the Blue Snowball, which from all the reviews I've seen, the Blue Snowball picks up everything. So if you've got other people in the house or pets like I do, you don't want to have the Blue Snowball. That's why I decided to give this one a try. Okay, so switching audio sources now. I am now talking to you on my audio-technica ATR 2100. It is actually 3.5 months later after I recorded the first half of this video. So you're still watching the video from the first half, but the audio portion is now from May 12th of 2016. So I've had a good 3.5 months to use and get to know this mic, and I really do love it. If you want to take your audio to the next level, I think this is a good mic. It's not too expensive. Like some mics out there are $300 and more. This one was around $100, like I said earlier, but it gives you quite decent sound for the money. The downside to this mic is that the audio that it records initially is quite quiet, but this actually has a purpose. It helps to block out the background noise. So what I usually do is I record record the audio through Audacity, and then in post-production, first I will, even though the audio is very quiet, I still do use the noise reduction feature just to get rid of as much background hiss as possible. And then I amplify the audio so that you can actually hear what the heck I'm saying. And I find I get best results by doing it this way, because if I just amplify without doing noise reduction, there's still a little teeny bit of background hiss, because I do amplify it as much as possible so that it is it's audible. So I use this mic now for the majority of my recordings. So my intro, my outro, my tutorials are all done with the Audio-Technica mic. Pretty much the only time I don't use my Audio-Technica is if I'm recording something that is away from the computer that my mic won't reach. So for example, when I do my vlogs, I do those on another level of my house where the computer isn't. So I have been, up until now, I've been using my phone's mic for that. Or if I'm at a tech fair or outside or at the CNIB or what have you, up until now I've been using my phone's mic. But I'm happy to report I have just purchased a new lav mic for when I'm away from the computer. I'm super excited because it makes it sound so much better. So stay tuned for that. I'll have that coming up in a future video, and yay, my vlogs will no longer sound like I'm talking to you inside of a hollow box. So, which is pretty much what I was doing anyway, because I do my vlogs in a room that doesn't have a lot of furniture. So, but yeah, it sounds much better with the other mic, but that's for another video. So, but in the meantime, if there are any other everyday tech items that you would like me to feature on my channel and show you a bit of a visually impaired perspective on it, be sure to drop a comment below. I realized with this video, I was pushing it a little bit as far as the visually impaired perspective goes, because there's only one small part. But to be honest, when I was thinking up ideas for my channel, that's what I wanted to see, you know, is people just doing everyday tech reviews just like anybody else on YouTube, but just adding that visually impaired perspective, no matter how small it might be. So hopefully this has been of use for you if you are on the hunt for a mic for your own YouTube channel, or maybe you're doing a podcast or whatnot and you're looking for a mic. This is definitely one that is worth considering. It comes highly recommended for doing voiceovers, podcasts, and so on. So thanks very much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Here at Circle of the Blind Mice are bringing these videos because I believe technology enriches the lives of those of us with visual impairments. My mission is to help you learn tech, use tech, and embrace tech. Please share this video to help spread the word to your fellow blind mice, and if you're new here, please subscribe for new videos every Saturday. Thanks for watching.